Okay, so I'll start with the next question. Um, did William learn a lot from Queen Elizabeth II, Prince Philip, and Charles about the secret and true ways of the royal family? Yeah, absolutely he did. Absolutely. Except he's now turned it into his own way. Yeah. So he learned a lot, definitely. He learned a lot. Like they birthed the knowledge into him, but he's turning it upside down now into his own fashion, yeah, of ruling. Um, did Queen Elizabeth II learn the same ways from her father, King George V, and mother, Queen Elizabeth? Yeah, she did. She did. Yeah, they all did. They all did. I remember you saying in one of your YouTube readings that William is not the charming person that he portrays himself to be in the public. What is William's true character like? What is Catherine's true character like? So William and Catherine. Okay, so this is for both of them. Um, they're dependent, codependent on each other. William a lot more than Catherine. William is a lot more dependent on Catherine than she is on him. So he is on the inside, right, of her, and she is on the outside. She mirrors him. So just like a mother with the, what, like whatever the baby does in the mother's stomach can affect the mother. She would mirror whatever the baby is doing. Like if the baby is doing somersaults or, you know, whatever the baby is doing inside the tummy, the mother might start burping a lot, spitting a lot, or feeling nauseous, like nausea, right? So that's William and Catherine. Catherine being the pregnant woman, and then the pregnancy being William. And this card here representing William. So this card here is Catherine's card, Kate's card, but it's definitely much more her energy. But even in her energy, William is present. Like she puts him at the forefront. William's card doesn't have Catherine so much as what Catherine has done. Like, which is not a bad thing. I mean, in terms of codependence, of course, relationships are different. Some people require different things from their partners. Certain people require time, or for other people, it's money. For William, he appreciates the time. Time, time, time. He's like, time is very difficult. Like, time cannot be bought. So she's given me her time. I'm going to give her everything else. Yeah. Including her marriage, the type of marriage that she wants. Yeah. Though it isn't perfect, but he's tried. He's tried. So that's the love. That's the love. So in case people might wonder, like, if he doesn't love her, he absolutely does. Like, love is not definable. For them, if that's what they understand of each other and it works, then that's how it's defined for them. Yeah. And by them. Um, so that's Catherine's true character as well. She is one with him. She's one with William. Yeah, yeah. Whatever he does, she allows herself to be carried along whilst giving him light. So she's very much a moon type energy. Like let's say like a half moon type of energy with Kate. She puts light for William to pass through. Yeah, even up to his unconventional actions, like things that a lot of people in the public might find unconventional. She gives him the light, the go ahead, right? Pretty much like the green light. Because so I mentioned unconventional. You can see on this card here, there's water, but a train type thing is passing on water, which is very unconventional because electric, water, but it works. It works for them. What is William and Catherine's marriage like these days? Is Catherine still unhappy? Uh, okay, let me finish reading it. Is Catherine still unhappy? Does William regret marrying Catherine? Do he or Catherine feel trapped? No on all counts. No on every count. Yeah. Um, they do not live life or think. They don't think in the same way that other people might do. Like they don't see it as a problem that William would go out to cheat. Because again, Catherine, she gets Catherine gets off on him being with someone else. It's like this is my possession that I'm loaning it out. And oh God, it feels good. Like it feels good to see him spending his energy, but then he comes home. He comes back home to me. Yeah. So I mean, which is not a lie. She knows William again. She's very much a type of water spirit, she and William. So they're soulmates, in case anyone was wondering. So she gets him in the sense that she knows that he values time above all. So she's given him her time. She knows without certainty that he will repay her back in time. So there's nothing to it. If anything about their marriage surfaces, right? In terms of negative, in like a divorce type of thing or a separation, it's Catherine. I've said this before anyway, but it's Catherine who would have initiated it. It's Catherine who would initiate it, not William. He is willing to go the full mile, the full clock, without breaking a sweat. Like he would give her the world. Yeah. Uh, except his throne. That makes sense. Because he knows that he is his throne, and she would never ask that of him anyway, because that's the whole reason why she gave him his time, for him to have the throne. So it'd be kind of contradictory for him to be willing to give her the throne, right? So yeah, that's how they work with each other. They really do dearly love each other, but in the love that works for them, not for other people. Yeah. It was reported that the real love of William's life was a girl he dated before Catherine, named Jekka Craig. But apparently, Jekka was not interested in becoming a royal. Is that all true? Was Jekka just as in love with William? No, 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 I don't see that. I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that. For her, it was just a game. It was just a game, like flighting, like something just to have fun. Yeah. But for him, it was so much more than that. So, yes, it was the love of his life, in as much as Chelsea David can be the love of uh, Harry's life, but only because that is the narrative that other people refuse to let go of. And because they are weak, they can be weak in that regard, like William and Harry, in terms of like what the public, certain narratives that the public holds. Yeah, it William and Harry can be weak in certain regards towards the when the public sort of pushes a certain paradigm, a certain narrative about their love lives or about something personal, their personal lives, right? Because they certainly don't want to feel as if they stuck only to one woman and had no choice. They don't want to give that image. They want to give an image within the constraints of what royal family allows, right? It's like since royal family since the royal image at this stage in time does not allow me to have as many women, I mean, as many wives as I can, then I'm going to hold on to this. I'll latch onto this image of a Casanova who let a really beautiful, stunning person go in order for my duties. So the flip side of the coin is not that the wives that they got, or like Catherine, was there and Becca wasn't available. It's more the institution of who Catherine, again, the time aspect, it was for him to get his throne, for him to become king. So that's what she's also worked towards, Catherine, I mean. So for him, it's like it was either Becca or the institution, and I chose the institution of which Catherine is a part of. She's always been a part of it from the moment she met me, because she was willing to lay down her life and sacrifice for this lifestyle. Yeah. Um. Okay. How does Catherine feel about not being William's first choice for a wife? Yeah, she feels he could have handled it better. Like clearer skies. She feels he could have handled it better. Definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She definitely feels like he could and should have handled it better. So like this is a love card, but of upside down. Yeah, yeah. She doesn't feel happy about it. Yeah. Yeah. She feels he could have played his cards better, played it better. Yeah, but she always reminds herself it's all for the crown, all for the crown. But you know, it is something that she always keeps in the back of her mind, just in case she needs to use it against him. Yeah, when he becomes king. Um, does William still cheat on Catherine? Again, there's no cheating involved. Not if they both agree that that is what they want, which they do. I mean, for me to, if I call it cheating, if I see it, they do have extramarital affairs in court, but it's allowed, it's permitted. Yeah, so I couldn't call it cheating. I couldn't. Because then that would be me imposing certain paradigms on William and Kate that I don't want to. I mean, it's not my place to do that. So yeah. Does sorry, does Catherine cheat on William again? Yeah, same answer, pretty much. They don't cheat on each other. They just agree to go their separate ways, get the partners that would fulfill them for that moment, and then be done and come back. How did Harry feel about attending the coronation? He wasn't happy, not at all. But they kept insisting, like calling him up, get to it, get to it, get to it. Yeah. And he came because of money. Yeah, because of money. Did he feel forced to attend? Or did he want to attend? Yeah, he didn't want to attend, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. Next question. What is the real reason why Meghan did not attend the coronation? They were afraid she was gonna steal the limelight. Yeah. Like through any means necessary. So they kind of told her to stay away, but not in a direct manner, because they knew that she would interpret it in that way, and then send out the memo to the media, right? If if it was actually written. But it's like they sort of just invited Harry. Like it's only Harry who got the invitation. So in a way, it's pretty much in few words telling Meghan to not come. Yeah. Next question. The excuse given for Meghan not attending the coronation was that the coronation was on the same day as Harry and Meghan's son Archie's birthday. There has been speculation by many people that the kids that Meghan and Harry have are not really their kids. No, they are, or as close to can be. I mean, the story of the births and everything is not how they described it, but let me continue reading the question and then I'll get to it. I don't want to be sidetracked. So the question continues, not real, as in the pictures that they post that are supposed to be of Archie and Lilibet are really children that belong to other people. Is there any truth to that speculation? I don't see that they belong to other people. I've never seen that. I've never ever seen that. But what I have seen and I do see is duplicitousness. Like they told a lot of lies in the beginning about like how Archie was born and stuff like that. Yeah, a whole lot of lies. And okay, so like a chess piece, right? The games that we played, and then singular. So let me say this, what I did see or what I have seen, yes, it is the child, but more on the side of Harry, not Meghan. Yeah. So like Harry's sperm, but not Meghan's. But that's for Archie. For Lilibeth, it's a different story. Yeah, it's a different story. It is the child. But in saying all of that, My reading would not ring true, even to myself, if I stuck to the rumors or what people are saying. Yeah. Um, I don't go by what people are saying, no matter how much I may want to believe it or not believe it. Like, I always try to stick to what I'm seeing or getting in the spiritual realm. Like, what I'm getting is there's no there's no straightforward answer or paradigm when it comes to royal family. There are so many paradigms and things that they have set up. And because it is their own world, their own little world, they may pretend as if they are part of this, like our world or people's world, but they're not. And they know that they're not. It's just that people refuse to believe it, or refuse to accept it and assume without even asking the royals, are you part of us? Are you part of our world? Are you lying to us or not? Right? In the spiritual. So, having said that, I could not say that it is not Meghan's child either. It is both of their children, because the royals who are part of the lifeblood of Harry and Meghan, as like the entity that is Harry and Meghan, when you become a royal, especially in that circle, high ranking, you definitely become one. Like, when I say one, I mean literally, like your spirit. In other words, if something was to happen, like it's like a domino, a house that is it's a house, right? It's one house. If one side of the house gets burned down, then it's no longer the same house with the same value. It's now a lower value. Likewise with the royals. So it's like it's one blood with all the sacrifices that they've made, right? It's one blood, which means blood is stronger and more powerful, much more powerful than whatever paradigms people would like to impose. Yeah, especially if those people have agreed on those paradigms. It means no outsider can impose their paradigms on them. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is, whether or not, even if the children were not made of Harry or even Meghan, as long as the royals accept that it is, it is. It actually is. The cards would show that it is. Yeah, I'm just explaining the backstory just so that people would understand, like, maybe if I'm stuttering or stumbling over my words, because that's the reason. This is the backstory to it. Yeah, as a kind of like interesting fact, you know, about the DNA or whatever. But according to them, and which is a reality, because really, bearing in mind, like, people have to remember, there's no such thing as one reality. Literally, I mean, the word, um the phrase, the Mandela effect, right? It doesn't exist for no reason. There are many things that have gone unnoticed. Would you know that there are many people who are around you that you don't even see? They're invisible to you, but likewise, you are invisible to them. Like, they are going about their daily business, as are you. Like, how many people would know or even guess that perhaps there's a, like, 16th century people with the whole, like, the clothing, the dresses, all of that walking around them? They don't know because they don't see them. These people go to the market, they come back and all of that, and we just go about our daily lives. That is because whatever paradigms that we buy into, that we accept, is what is going to become real to us. So Archie, Lilibet, all of them are real to the Sussexes. Not only the Sussexes, but also the royals. So therefore, it is the reality. It is the reality that they are uh, Harry and Meghan's children. Yeah, no matter what. So there's no point people continue to say that it's not their children, it's not their children, unless the royals themselves decide to break that pact and decide that actually we don't recognize them as such. And so therefore, that will also spiritually and then physically affect the DNA of the children, to the point where it would now become obvious in their futures. And even if, like, a blood test was done in the physical realm, it would show that, oh yeah, they're not related. But aside from that, even if presently a blood test was done, it would show that they are the children. Yeah, because that's how much the royals agree. And then, by the way, if even if the royals chose to now break that contract, that pact, and say, oh yeah, they're not actually Harry and Meghan's children, the royals themselves would also go down with them, because they are one. They are one. They're not separate from the Harry and Meghan energy. They're all one. Yeah. So the other children, I couldn't say otherwise. It wouldn't be supported by anything. Um, okay, if Archie and Lilibeth are really Harry and Meghan's children, what kind of parents are Harry and Meghan to them? Perverse, 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 yeah. Yeah. So again, like the love card, but upside down, perverse, very, very perverse. Only after money, money and gold. So a question is coming up here. Are they treating Harry and Meghan, are they treating the children better than they themselves were treated when they were younger? No, no, absolutely not. Is that going to cause schisms and trauma? Yes, yes, yes. I see a lot, a lot, a lot. Blood being spilled, a lot of tears when it comes to the Sussexes. Yeah. Why did Harry and Meghan choose to name their daughter Lilibet? Was it out of spite towards Queen Elizabeth II, since she wouldn't let Harry and Meghan be half in and half out of the royal family? I said before, like the half in and half out was not the Queen who wanted it. It's because of pressure from the public, which she, the Queen, resented. She really, really resented it. And then she went to war with the public, but in the spiritual realm, which then led to her dying as a way to cover up Harry's sins. Yeah. So the half in, half out, it wasn't due to the Queen. Like she didn't have that courage to put them in their place. If anything, she supported them. Yeah. She put all her strength on them. Because if you notice, all like her statements, the Queen, before she passed, her statements kept saying they are a part of our family. They are a part of our family. So meaning that it's a message to people who are complaining about Harry and Meghan, like shut up. They are a part of our family. So if you're criticizing them, you're criticizing me. In the same way that you wouldn't criticize me, do not criticize them because they are a part of our family. And using adjectives like they are dearly loved and stuff like that. I'm not doing this like whenever I do readings, I'm not doing this reading for people who would say, well, what do you expect her to say? They are her family. No, like she can show them love or whatever, but I'm still stating facts. Like her statements were sending out a particular message for people to get. So she didn't want to kick them out. She was very much ready for them to have a half in, half out. Very much ready. So no, it wasn't out of spite because she's always been with them. She's always been united with them. Why did they okay, yeah, yeah. It was for the public. For the public. The name Lilibet. They knew that they wanted the public to. It was a way for them. Again, it's self-sabotage, but how would they know that they're self-sabotaging when they have so much hubris in them? But in any case, that name was a way of it was sort of like something a spiritual way or a spiritual method of getting people, a spiritual weapon of getting people to associate. It's like coming full circle. Right, the statements that I just mentioned, the Queen relating the Sussexes to her, now the Sussexes relating themselves to the Queen. So like a ring, like a circle, full circle. So you attack her, you're attacking them, you attack them, you're attacking me. That kind of narrative. So that was exactly it. To shut the public up. But of course the public didn't shut up. So that's what I'm saying. The royal family has been self-sabotaging, but the hubris would not let them see it. Um How did Queen Elizabeth feel about her personal nickname being used to name Lilibet? I think I already answered that. She was good with it. She was fine. There's a next question. Are the suspicions that some people have that Meghan was the real author behind Harry's book Spare correct? Yes and no. It was all of them. All of them. By all, I mean the royals included. Again, the royals have been self-sabotaging. It might really seem like common sense that the royals would not be behind it, but they have been. Think of it that if the royals really wanted to shut down Spare, they would. Of course they would. If they wanted to shut down Spare, they would. Through threats to the publishers, even if they couldn't or didn't want to issue threats to the dearly beloved brother, Harry, they could issue threats to the publisher. Like Harry, for example, in all that Harry has said, there's this one instance he doesn't have proof of what he said, right? Where is the proof? Show us the proof. If you can't show us the proof, do not publish this. Kind of like that, or sue them for libel, something like that. But they allowed it to go on. Because again, I've explained before, so oftentimes the royals would allow the water to flow. In other words, the water of information, the fountain of information to flow if it's going to water the garden. In other words, if it's going to make them look good overall through them maintaining the silence. So the silence speaks, right? But they just don't own up to it. They allow the music to play on whilst pretending that they have no idea the fire that is being created. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stop here and continue in the next videos.